So you're thinking of buying a new lens and you don't know if you should choose the 35 or the 50mm. Well, I made this video just to try to help you and explain my experience, and I want to go over some topics that I wish I knew before I purchased this lens. This is not going to be a test, like a nerdy nitpicking situation. I'm just going to share my personal and professional experience using this lens for my client work. By any means, I'm saying that you need to buy this lens or that you should not buy this lens. I just want to be very open because in videography, we know that there is many different needs for many different types of videos that we do. Different clients want different things, and you probably want different looks as well. So do whatever you want. I'm just sharing my personal experience because it is a lot of money and you do what you want with your money. First thing, I had an 85mm before because I used to do portraits, and it was one of my ways that I found that was very nice to take some photos, make some extra cash, the place that I was working before, and it was beautiful. It makes my process so much easier, simpler to make it look beautiful. The compression was nice, but it was very far away. I had to step out and I didn't like that. So years later, I swapped that for a 50mm f1.4, the same thing. Instead of 85, a 50, so now I'm a little bit closer. It is a beautiful lens. As you can see right now, the compression is great, but the camera is very far away from me, which is completely fine. For talking heads, if you want to look something more professional, go for it. But my biggest point here is, I do a lot of work currently for healthcare marketing and patient acquisition. So since I'm in tight spaces, I love doing interviews and I love capturing B-roll as well to illustrate that. I wish that, let's say 85 or 80% of the time, I had a 35mm instead of a 50. And here's why. Because I can get close and personal and we can see a little bit more of the space, where a 50mm, we can focus more on the subject and it's not much about the background, which is actually an amazing thing as well. I thought that the 50mm is gonna help me more because since the space is small and it's hard to make it look nice as well in a tight space, I'm just gonna throw the 50 and I'm gonna get the job done because I'm gonna be able to blur the background, I'm gonna make things look good, which it does, it happens a lot. But I always find, especially with teleprompter work, that sometimes the 50 can be a little bit distant from my clients. And that's something that I wish that I knew for my type of service. So if you do interviews, client work that it's in tight space, and you want to be able to show a little bit more of that ambient that you're working with, to show, I believe that the 35 would serve me more in the long term, especially 1.4, not necessarily, to be completely honest, as I keep growing and understanding and doing more and more and more work and client work with big budgets as well. It's nice, it's a privilege, and it's good for the low light situation for the depth of field, but it's not a must. If it was for me to swap and start it again, I have no problem getting an f4. Especially for an FX3, I have no need. I believe that this is one of my biggest points. Today, if it was for me to buy again and think if I need a 35 or a 50, I would go for the 35. But that's my personal experience for my service, for the type of work that I do. You probably do something different, and don't get me wrong, the 50 is nice. I can stay a little bit more back, I can still get a nice, sharp quality image, and there is nothing wrong. 50mm is great, but for a small space, 35, and for interview as well, I believe that the 50 compress a little bit too much, where sometimes it's nice to come a little bit closer, not get too tight with the compression, and still be able to see the ambient for my clients. But again, this is just my personal preference after owning a 1635, which I use all the time because I put the 50 on and then it's too close for everything and I don't have space to work. And then I swapped for the 1635. But again, privilege to have 50, 1.4. If you're starting, don't worry about it. Try to use what you have and try to learn a little bit more about composition, about color, about contrast, and I'm sure that you're gonna be able to make it work. But if you need something that you want to create a nice quality, I'm sure you're gonna have a lot of options. And this video is just my personal experience. So I search a lot. I watch a lot of YouTube videos and each person is gonna be saying different things because everyone have their own experience. So another thing, if you can rent before you purchase, it's the best situation. It's a win-win. And I actually got to get this lens from Sony, Canada, and it was awesome. I got to test, I got to use, and at the time, the 50 did perfect for me. But now that my work changed, my style changed, the space that I work changed, the needs change as well. And that's one of the things that you're gonna have to learn and adapt and invest properly when you work with video and clients, because not the type of service that you love and enjoy doing now, it's gonna be the same thing they're gonna be doing in the near future. So keep creating, and I hope that this video was helpful. If you enjoy videos just like this one, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.